Hi there, it's Dr. Nadia here, founder of the Doyenne Agency and host of Straight Talk About Sales with Dr. Nadia. Have you been treating your prospects, your community, your email list like they're a booty call? Many times when clients come to me and they are concerned about reaching out to people that they know, most of the time that hesitance is because they haven't been keeping in touch. And you may be able to relate. So you may not email your list, post in your Facebook group, reach out to your community or your network until you find yourself in a position where you need something. A lot of times that looks like when you're running a business, oh, wait, let me send this out or reach out to people because I need to generate X amount of revenue in X amount of time. So I need to make some sales. Let me contact people. But then that hesitance comes in because they haven't heard from you. You haven't been reaching out to them. You haven't been keeping in touch. So then what happens? You either forge ahead and you do what you got to do and just let the chips fall where they may. Or many times there's this hesitance, this fear, this whole entire thought process around maybe I shouldn't reach out because I haven't been keeping in touch. Well, here's the good news. You have people that love you. They want to hear from you. So how do you turn this around as you're looking to continue to grow your business? Because, you do need to make sales. Let's be all the way real, right? I need to make sales in my business, but how do I do this when I haven't been talking to the people that I need to talk to? So here are a couple quick tips to turn this ship around. One, acknowledge that you haven't been in touch. Now, I know this like, Dr. Nadia, seriously? But really, don't you appreciate when people acknowledge the obvious instead of pretending like it didn't happen? Just acknowledge it, whether you send out an email or a letter or when you do call people, like, hey, I apologize. I have not been in touch. I know it's been a while since you heard from me. Even I've had the best of intentions. I really have been meaning to reach out to you in whatever manner that looks like, and I just haven't done it. Would you forgive me? Or something along those lines. But let's just acknowledge the big fat pink elephant in the room, shall we? The second thing is ask questions. One of the things that we do is we just forge right on in to what we want or what it is that we need to get this thing moving. But the fact of the matter is because you haven't been maintaining that relationship, you haven't earned the right to just roll on up in that relationship or that conversation and start dictating what it is that you need. You need to ask some questions, establish rapport. That doesn't mean that you now need to put together a 7-month campaign, but you do need to, one, acknowledge the fact that you have been ghosted, and two, to get some updates to even see if what it is you have to offer is still relevant. And you can do that by asking questions, by being genuinely concerned about that person and where they are and getting that feedback. And then if it's a good fit, then you can make some suggestions and move that conversation or even schedule a second conversation where they can learn more about what it is that you have to offer. But you don't get to just rush right in. It makes people feel some kind of way, which is oftentimes the reason why you are hesitant about how to approach that conversation, because you wouldn't like it if someone that you hadn't heard from in months, in some cases years, just called you up out of the blue and was like, hey, you want to buy my program? Like, seriously? Where have you been all this time? So there are ways to reestablish that connection. There are ways to build rapport. The good thing is you have an existing relationship. And many times those relationships pick up where they left off, but you do need to acknowledge it. And you do need to do some catching up before you start diving in with all your demands. And then the final thing is take some time to implement an actual strategy where you can keep in touch with people, whether it's a regular email, whether it's a regular mail, snail mail. Yes, people actually do check their mail. Whether it's your online community, whatever that looks like, you need to have a strategy to stay in contact with people where you are connecting with them, you're providing value, you're being inquisitive, and there are no strings attached. There needs to be a no strings attached communication strategy that you have implemented in your business, so that when it is time to invite people to work with you or let them know about your programs or services and how, if it's a good fit, they can move forward, it won't feel so daggone sleazy. So, think about what that looks like. How often do you want to keep in touch? What's the best way for you to keep in touch with your particular audience that fits your personality as well as theirs? And, looking at your budget, what type of strategy you're going to implement, how often you're going to do that, all of those things play a role. Obviously, email is probably one of the most cost-effective ways to do that, but there are also some offline campaigns that can work very well as well. So you have to really think about what that looks like and then make it happen. You want to keep your community, your email list, your Facebook group, whatever that looks like for your business. You want to keep them top of mind. You want to stay in conversation with them. You want to build those relationships so that when you invite them to work with you, you don't feel like a sleazebag. All too often, we get so busy running our businesses, we really do treat our prospects like a booty call, meaning they only hear from us when we want something. And that doesn't feel good at all. So if you want some help or you want to talk about, what does that strategy look like, Dr. Nadia? Like, I have all these ideas running around in my head, but I'm not sure I have the capacity to make it work. Great. Then let's schedule some time to talk. Head on over to meetwithdrnadia.com. That's meetwithdrnadia.com. And we can talk it out. Look at what that strategy could look like and to see if my team would be a good fit to help you implement it. All right, go out, make some real relationships. Don't treat your list, your community like a booty call. Stop that. That's crazy. This is Dr. Nadia with another episode of Straight Talk with Dr. Nadia. I will talk to you again soon. Bye-bye.